Okay, so Community first aired on September 17th, 2009 on the NBC network. For those of you who aren't aware, this show didn't have the most straightforward run. From losing its creator after season 3 to getting him back on the 5th season only to be canceled after that season, then to get renewed by the streaming service that no one has ever heard of till it eventually got a somewhat proper ending in season 6. Now, I didn't watch this show until about 4 years ago, until I finally sat down on Hulu and watched it in its entirety. In this video, we're discussing what makes Community a great show. We're breaking down 3 episodes: geothermal escapism, intermediate documentary filmmaking, and the finale, emotional consequences of broadcast television. This show has plenty of great episodes to choose from, and I had a hard time narrowing it down to only 3. Many great channels here on YouTube have already made great videos on remedial chaos theory and advanced Dungeons & Dragons, not to mention all of the paintball episodes. This show has a lot of variety and a ton of memorable moments, but I feel like these 3 episodes are my favorite and best represent what I like about this show. Plus, whenever I'm feeling down and I need a pick-me-up, these are the 3 episodes I continually return to. Let's get into this. Geothermal escapism. So a minor premise on this episode. Troy, played by a young childish Gambino, has spent most of the series before this trying to find himself as a man. And after Pierce, Chevy Chase's character, passes away, Troy, who had lived with him for some time, inherited most of his money and his boat, with the condition that he would travel the world on the boat with legendary actor and Troy's idol, LeVar Burton. Troy ultimately agrees to this, and 3 episodes later makes his departure. Only his best friend in the show, Abed Nadir, portrayed by Danny Pudi, is having a hard time letting him go. So Abed, being a man with a wild imagination, creates a school-wide game of hot lava. Yes, that's real. The entire school plays this game because of the prize that Abed offers, valued at $50,000. Now, this isn't the first time something like this happens at this school. As I said, there are a few paintball episodes. So why is this so entertaining for me? For one, Troy and Abed's relationship is one of my favorite parts of the show. Watching Troy leave was pretty hard to do. At the ending of the hot lava game, we realized that Abed is having a hard time with it. So he created this game as a way to keep Troy here. We see that Abed views the lava as real because letting Troy go is a lot like falling into lava for him. This is a sitcom. It's not supposed to hit this hard.
I'm not leaving, okay? I promise. The floor's not lava now. Just give me your hand.
I don't think the lava's here because you're leaving. I think it's here because I won't let go. Sorry. Bye.
Abed! 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 Abed!
I'm not crying. You're crying. Intermediate documentary filmmaking. I love Community and Dan Harmon because he can switch things up at every turn as a showrunner. Why not make your episode look like a student film just for fun? In this episode, Abed is tasked by Pierce to film him on his deathbed, bequeathing the Greendale 7 with various gifts. Only Pierce isn't actually dying. Instead, he's got a bunch of crappy gifts for his friends just so he can play mind games. I like this episode for the same reason I like most other Community episodes. It's no secret that sitcoms are a lot like junk food for your brain. They're usually straightforward, with simple characters and simple plots, but not Community. Community is based on flawed characters, and I personally think that helps with rewatchability. These characters aren't archetypes. They are real, human, and relatable. I feel like this episode shows that perfectly. The way that Troy freaks out over meeting LeVar Burton, or watching Pierce realize he messed up and trying to pretend to be Jeff's dad, to finally seeing Jeff lose it and beat up a senior citizen who just got out of the hospital. All told through the shaky cam lens of a filmmaking student. Oh, and this scene makes me laugh out loud every time I see it. Emotional consequences of broadcast television. One of my favorite parts of this show is the number of times the fourth wall is broken, and this entire episode is based on that premise. As I said in the intro, this show had a lot of trouble during production. They got to 6 seasons, but so far they haven't gotten their movie. Hopefully we will see it soon though. When this finale aired, they had no idea if they'd be renewed again, though they most likely didn't think they would, and it shows in this episode. This entire episode is based around them pitching another season, and in my opinion, it's pretty impressive. Very few shows can make an episode like this and make us as an audience feel invested in it. Also, Mr. Ice Cube Head looks and sounds a lot like an early Rick and Morty character.
Hey everybody, look at me! I'm Ice Cube Head! I've got an ice cube for a head!
Which makes my heart happy. This line by Abed really sums up why I like this episode and Community as a whole.
TV defeats its own purpose when it's pushing an agenda, or trying to defeat other TV, or being proud or ashamed of itself for existing. It's TV. It's comfort. It's a friend you've known so well and for so long. You just let it be with you. And it needs to be okay for it to have a bad day, or phone in a day. And it needs to be okay for it to get on a boat with LeVar Burton and never come back.
Community is aware of its purpose. It knows why it exists, and it does its best to be the best at what it does. When returning to this episode, I am reminded why I love this show, because not only is it unique and hilarious, but it has a lot of heart and hits my feels more than you can imagine. This is a show with 22-minute long episodes, but each episode feels unique because of its unformulaic structure. You can sit and watch 3 episodes in a row of Community and feel like you're watching a different show every time. In conclusion, Community was ahead of its time. It did something fresh with almost every episode, and it's a shame it hasn't gotten its movie. I, for one, would be there on opening day. If you made it this far, leave a like, subscribe, and share this video. I appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out. I'm out of here. Peace!